Hey, Iron Dog just went live. Excuse me. Well, because I figured it was Saturday morning there, Alf, and nobody would be up anyways, because Saturday, you wait till Sunday is Sunday, you know what I mean, Vern? It's alive! That's right. Good morning, Gene. Good morning, Alf. Good morning, Junkyard. Good morning, Bobby. Good morning, Tammy Sprinkle. You're looking lovely as ever. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Chat. Good morning, Kevin. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I have no clue whatsoever. Tim World, how are you doing? Nice to see you here, Tim. I just that video I did of Adrian Public Dump. Well, I think I've given them long enough. So today I wrote a nice big old long statement and then posted the video to Facebook. That had to get things going now that, because I have like roughly 2,000 friends on Facebook and on my other groups on Facebook. And, I'm sure probably get a bunch of views on that video and probably a bunch of calls to the mayor's office. I don't blame the mayor. I don't blame the guy that owns it. I blame the guy that bought the property, dumped it, made it a dump and landfill, and then left the property. And I blame the city ordinance because when it started looking like a dump, they should have been coming over there beating on the door and saying, hey, clean this stuff up. Because if you let your grass grow too long and you don't mow it, they'll come over and they give you a fine. And then they'll wait a couple of weeks, and if you don't mow that grass, they'll come over and mow it for you. So what's the difference? If your house or your land's a dump, you don't clean it up. Why didn't they come over and clean it up? Coping alone, good morning. Nice to have you here. I guess the main thing is me and Kathy are getting tired of everything over there blowing over from their yard into our yard. I'm getting tired of it. Mr. Dutchy Dutch, good morning to you. How are you doing today? Nice to have you here. Well, it's afternoon for you now, and it's close to 12:30, 12:15, something like that. Maybe it's only 11:15. Hell, I don't know. That's good. I see they're doing everything they can over there to make it, make the divorce not so bad, huh? I don't understand it. I disappeared last night. Yeah, it was time for me to go to bed. I said goodnight several different times. So, why did somebody talk about me, Junkyard? It was time for live PD to come on, so I snuggled up in my recliner, turned on live PD, and started watching it. Me and my live PD. I know they wouldn't do that. Green Bay Wacky stripped down. That's pretty good. I kept looking for that twerking live stream with Written in Blood and Vampira and Minx 123 ADSMR or whatever, and I couldn't find it. As far as I know, they didn't even have it. I didn't see any of them that posted a Mama Dorinda. I sent you an email that Gene Chambers sent me. I sent you a message on Facebook how you can still live stream with YouTube with less than 1,000 channel followers. Good morning, Jerry. Nice to have you here. Dork. That's good. See, now you can just have Emily or Seamus get on your phone and download one of them apps. And then you don't read it, it's a video. Download that one of them apps that's on that, and then Gene found another software that'll do it. See, Gene sent it to me, so I could send it to you, and you could ignore it. And that's something. Then again, I'm a dork. I got called a dork on Green Bay Wackies channel last night. DU recorder worked it this morning. Okay. So I'm just trying to help you out, Brenda, because I care. I truly do. Not so much for you, but I miss Seamus already. I know you're going to get to 1,000. I'm helping all I can. I keep telling everybody about you. We mentioned you last night on the Green Bay Wacky. Brenda needs help, people. No. She needs help getting to 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 channel supporters. That's what she needs. I'm sorry, I should have clarified the help part first before I said that. And she needs help getting 1,000 channel supporters. She does need help in the other area, but Sigmund Freud isn't alive no more, and Dr. Phil, he doesn't take them kind of cases. So, yeah, go ahead and resub her again there, Jerry. Did you? Okay, that's pretty cool. She took the Catholic fish fry. I want to go to one of them. Houseplants can't subscribe. What about the 3 dogs there, Kevin? Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Hey, I'm a firm believer that you need help. Yes, you can. You can live stream with a mobile device. There's several different apps out there that somebody found that you can live stream with less than 1,000 channel followers, and you can live stream your YouTube channel through those. I'm shaking my meds. Oh, by the way, thanks for reminding me. Good morning, Linda. Second cup of coffee. Gonna be a bad day. Lulu, love you. Good morning. How are you doing? You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Linda. You're looking lovely as ever. Brenda, you're looking lovely as ever. Tammy Sprinkle, you're looking lovely as ever. Even Bobby Sprinkle's looking lovely as ever. Well, we're trying to help you, Brenda. Steam Labs, yep. Grizz, um, I can send you. Let me let me get the thing, and I'll send it to your YouTube message board or whatever. Here we go. I'll just, because I'm such a nice guy, I'll just put it right here. No, I won't put it right there. It's too big. Okay, here we go. Let me do this way. There we go.
Hey, Pickles! Pickles, where are you?
Hold on a second. For some reason, it says it's too long, the link. I doubt it, though. There. Now I got it. There it is. There you go, Grizz. Right there. I'm going to have to experiment with my own creamer. Just, you got some vanilla, get some milk, put a couple of drops of vanilla, take about half a cup of milk, put a couple of drops of vanilla in it, stir it up, and then pour that in your coffee. And then add your sugar for sweetener. Good morning, Reaper Man. Pay attention. I am paying attention. Time for bacon. All right. Iron Dog to the rescue. There you go. On Facebook? Mama, are you talking about that? Did you message me back on Facebook? What are you talking about? All right, 72 hours. That's good. That's right. Now you know why he drinks a lot of coffee. That's right. Hey, that's easy to make creamer. It's it's not as good as the creamer that you buy, but I use milk anyways. But you can use vanilla in your creamer. You can use, a spoon of hot cocoa mix and milk and make, a mocha creamer. A lot of creamer. It's a dirty movie out. There you go. So, good morning, Life with Linda. Nice to have you here. Good to see you. I hope you have a great day too. Mama's got to go down to Toledo at 10:30. She's still sleeping, but she's going down to Toledo at 10:30 with my daughter-in-law and the two grandkids, and they're going to go and do a 3D ultrasound of the baby. So that'll be pretty cool. West Star, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. I don't know how you can drink McDonald's coffee without having creamer. That stuff's some nasty ass stuff, man. I think their coffee is the stuff you find off the floor. They sweep it all up in a dustpan, put it in a can, and there your coffee is. That's just un-American. You don't drink coffee. What? Linda doesn't like coffee. Linda doesn't like coffee. Herbie doesn't like to make toys. Herbie doesn't like to make toys. I know there's people that don't drink coffee. Oh, I don't like coffee, but they'll drink a Mountain Dew first thing in the morning. That's the one, yeah, that's the one Pee Wee Herman frequented. Yeah, that's right. French fry option. That's right. Yeah. What do I have planned today? Today I am going to slice up 2 pounds of mushrooms, about 1.5 pounds of peppers, and I'm going to put them on my dehydrator and dehydrate them. I'm going to make a video of it. But in fact, I was going to do a live stream, but I have to do it at the kitchen table, and it's hard to get internet out that far. But I don't know. I might start videoing it and then turn on, take my laptop out there and do a live stream. I have no idea yet, but I might. So, all you drink is sodas. That's not good for you. You're going to get, Tammy, you're going to get kidney stones. So. For gallstones, yeah. You are my neighbor. Well, how far apart do you live from one another? Next door. I'm going to do that today. I bought a nice big basket deep fryer yesterday at the thrift store. It goes up to $3.75. It has a ready light on it, a power light and a ready light. It has a timer on it and everything. It looks pretty nice. I have to scrub it up. It was used. It's not new, but I'm going to clean that all up today, and I don't know, probably run to the store and buy a gallon of good vegetable oil and put in it, and maybe do some deep frying on something and see how good it works. But the thing to do, and when I buy the oil, is I'm going to let the oil cool, and I got a filter system. I'll filter the oil out back into the jug that it comes from, and then I will put that in the freezer. So when you want to deep fry again, you just pull that out of the freezer, let it thaw out, and then you can have, use that same oil. Used to do the same thing with peanut oil when I deep fried turkeys. You spend $35 for oil, and you do one turkey. You don't want to throw the oil out, so I would take the oil, strain it back into the jug, and then I had a little cube freezer that I specifically just had just for that oil. I would keep it in there. A couple of days before I was going to do a deep fry again, I would either take it out and let it thaw out, or the morning of, I would set it in a great big pan of hot water and let it start defrosting, or thawing out. It doesn't take oil very long to thaw out. Once it starts thawing out, it thaws out real quick. It's just harming yourself. You're right. Yeah, I will not bob for tater tots. I'm sorry that nobody told Kevin actually what it was. Is his bigger brother dared him to bob for tater tots, and now Kevin's horribly disfigured from it. JD, good morning. Nice to have you here. Tell Allie I said hi, and tell Doris she's looking lovelier than ever. The moonbeam rays hit the flowers, knocks the dew off the flower petals, and brings sunshine into my life. Good morning, Yankee. Nice to have you here. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm just babbling on like I normally do. She's at Grandma's now. Well, when you talk to her, you tell her I said hi, and to tell Grandmama I said hi. Doris likes me. Doris likes me just as much as Rinda's mom likes me. For some reason, they think I'm cute as a button. Mm-hmm. All right, JD. Arizona Ghost Riders, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Nice to see you. It's been a few days. Seen you at Carry On Jeff and John the other day. That was some nice looking food he made. I'd say he cooked it, but he chefed it. He's not a cook, he's a chef. Yeah, he does make good food, man. He does. I did go to like I said, I went to the thrift store yesterday. And I got a few Purdy's. I thought this was pretty cool. It says, "You make a world of difference." And it's got a little world inside there with a swoosh around it and a star flying. It's a crystal ball paperweight. Pretty cool. I went to the website, and evidently this must be a custom made thing because their website has like 2,000 products totally, and it doesn't have this listed whatsoever. So this must have been a custom made for somebody. It does have "You Make the World a Difference," but it doesn't have this particular crystal ball paperweight. So I bought it, and I thought, what the hell? I'm going to put it up on eBay. I think it's pretty cool. Most of their paperweights are selling from that company are $39.99. I don't know. I'll put $15 on it to start and see what happens. I can always go down. You can't never go up, but you can always go down. And you can do futures now. It is a pretty cool paperweight. Well, my stuff seems good too. Yeah, I know. I love my cooking, man. I made some killer beef and noodles this week, man. Best I ever made. I took a bottom roast, put it in my 4-quart slow cooker. That's actually a roasting oven, really. When I take to the events and stuff, and I make sloppy Joe with, I put it in there. I browned it. I put some oil in there, and I salt and peppered it, and I browned it on all the sides. And then I put some filtered water in it with beef bouillon, some seasoning packages that I bought that's for any kind of meat. It says you just put one package for every 6 cups. I put 2 packages in there. It seasons chicken, beef, pork, lamb, anything, fish. I put 2 packages of those in there and a package of onion soup mix, and I let it cook for like 8 hours. And then I took the beef out, added some more water, let it come back up to temperature so it'd have a bigger water base. Threw in a bunch of noodles. Then I sliced the beef up, put it back in, and let it cook until the noodles were done. Hot pocket stew is to die for. That's cool. But that was the best beef and noodles I think I've ever made. And my wife, I got a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up from the missus. Then I bought this yesterday. I didn't give much for any of this stuff. But this is an alarm clock, radio, and temperature. It tells you the temperature. It's 76 degrees in here right now. It tells you the temperature and all this other stuff. I put a new battery in it because it wasn't working when I got it. I put a new battery in it, and I don't know if there's much call for these on eBay or not, but I'll put it on eBay. If I don't sell it, I'll keep it. Really, people don't buy this kind of stuff anymore because they got phones with alarm clocks on them and GPS and all that other stuff. But, you know, for what I give for it, it was a good deal. Good morning, Dirty Dog Diggers Unleashed. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to see you here. Ramen with beef. There you go. Yep. I love the onion soup mix. I do, man, because it flavors a lot of stuff. So. But the mushrooms I'm going to do today, when I dehydrate them, I'm going to dehydrate them, and when I'm done, I'm going to put them in my food processor, and I'm going to make them into powder. Make mushroom powder out of them. Now, 2 pounds of mushrooms is not going to make a lot of powder. It will make probably about a half a pint of mushroom powder. But, 1 teaspoon is like, 4 ounces of mushrooms, or, 2 ounces of mushrooms or whatever. And what you do with the mushroom powder is you can put it in your soups, you can put it in your stews, you can put it in your gravies or whatever you want a little mushroom flavor with. And it works really good. And here's another thing. Mama bought this. Brand new knife set. You get $4.99 for it. I checked on it. They're selling anywhere between, I think, $12.99 and $24.99, depends on what store you're going to. You get $4.99 for it. It's all brand new. Everything's still in the plastic. The box is just a little beat up. I don't think I'm going to sell that on eBay, but you need coffee? There you go. I love potato soup, man. I'm not a mushroom hunter, so. Good morning, Christy. You're looking lovely as ever, you are. I know. I shouldn't be happy. But oh well. Oh, I long for the relief that death will bring. There you go. Chick McGee said that on the Bob and Tom show one day. I about fell out of my truck. I was laughing so hard. Tammy makes great potato. So does Kathy. Usually when we make potato soup, it's in a 16-quart soup pot, stock pot or whatever. And when it's all said and done, there's enough for leftovers the next day, but it's gone after that. My oldest, he'll eat 3 or 4 bowls of it because he likes it so much. And she puts in kielbasa, onions, taters. Triggers. That's right. I got a couple of those easy access knives. You know, the ones you. I can defend myself. Yeah. Have you ever seen Secondhand Lions? Where he's in the restaurant eating or the general store eating, and that guy, those 3 guys come in, or the 4 kids come in, and they want to fight him or whatever. And so he shows them how to hold the knife. No, kid, you're holding it. Now hold it like this. Go like this. Go like. Yeah, that's pretty funny. You've never seen the movie Secondhand Lion? Find it and watch it because it is a good movie. Thought you'd never notice him, Christy. By the way, everybody, if you're not a channel follower of Mama Rinda, Rinda's World, or Mama Meatballs, whatever one you can find, go ahead and show her some channel love. You should get out and do some shrooming this week. Well, that's pretty cool there, Chris. Good morning, sweetheart. I don't know what happened on live PD last night because I think I pretty much was out of it by 11 o'clock. Your company left at 1:30? I'd have been yawning and saying, hey, aren't you guys got a home? Don't you have a home? They probably will be there, Linda. I don't know enough about mushrooms to go hunting them, so I wouldn't even begin to do it to begin with. But I do know how to plant them. I watched a few videos on how to grow mushrooms, and I'm going to start doing that, I think. I've got some raised bed gardens. I think that'd be actually pretty good to grow them in that. Or I could grow them in my pantry downstairs because they like the dark. I never ate mushrooms up until about 4 years ago. I didn't mind the taste; it was the texture. And then,
you put them out of your food.
Yeah, I used to pick them out of my pizza, everything. Man, I'd have a pile of mushrooms sitting there on the plate. And then the doctor told me, you got to start eating mushrooms because that's, your immune system and all this other stuff. You need all the protein you can get. Mushrooms is one of the very best things for your system. So, and then when I was in the hospital and they, everything they sent me had mushrooms in it, you know, extra mushroom. I mean, I got an omelet one time that had a mushroom this damn big in it.
Now, that time you asked for the apple, and you didn't know it was going to be.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be in there, but then, the mushroom was that big, wow. And that was slices of it. That was a big mushroom. Oh, yeah? Yeah, your body changes every 7 years, so I don't know. Ask Caitlyn Jenner, she'll tell you. I mean, he'll tell you. Bobby said, good morning, Kathy, and so does Jean. She said, good morning. She's out choking right now and pulling the cord on the engine to get the computer started. It won't start. She gets to go see her grandbabies. Huh? Yeah, the one, yeah. Our youngest is going to be here in June. So that's the one she's going to. I told him you were going down to see a 3D ultrasound. Camro Drone, good morning. Nice to have you here. I thought they were fun guys too. Mushroom hunters. What was that show, Dirty Money or something like that? Where these guys were digging worms and stuff, and then they showed that mushroom hunter that would go all over Michigan, hunting mushrooms in the forest and stuff. There was, what was it? They found a mushroom that was like 30 some acres big. This was, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. They were out in the woods and they found this great big mushroom. Yeah, it actually growed around trees and everything. How big it got. Just wondering. Filthy riches, yep. Right. That's right, junkyard. If I don't understand if people. Well, I'm Mexican. I'm German. I'm Irish. I'm Scottish. I'm Chinese. I'm African American. I'm African. No, you're not. If you live in America, you're American. All them other nationalities just went out the door. You're American. That's all you are. You're American. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You go to Scotland and you're a Mexican descent in Scotland. They don't say I'm Mexican. I'm Scottish. Trust me. They don't say I'm Mexican. I'm Scottish. Only in America do they say they're different nationalities. Why? I have no idea. Don't understand it. I'll tell you what I am. Besides American, I'm Irish and Dutch and don't amount to much. So. Yeah, with fungus fighting. They were fungus fighting. No, it's kung fu fighting, Kevin. Magic mushrooms, you're right. That's right. He does drive it. It doesn't look pretty in the backyard. I'm telling you that. You was close, Kevin. You was really close. Maybe you should have said Kung Fungus fighting. I'm like, my Ford is drivable. Good morning, Kathy Miller. You're looking lovely as ever. Of Laird Caldwell? Or is that Lord Caldwell? But if you're in America, you're American. You're not Scottish or Irish. You're American. Hate to burst your bubble there, Tim, but that's exactly what you are. You may have Irish and Scottish descent, but you are an American. All that stuff goes right out the window. Let's see what today is going to bring. It is 42 degrees today right now, mostly sunny with a high of 65 today. It's going to be beautiful. I might just go outside and start roughing up the raised bed garden boxes. That's right, American. I've turned Japanese. You have, huh? Well, if you live in Japan, then you are Japanese. All right there, Kevin. You have yourself a great day, man. Take care. Don't work too hard. We'll see you. Well, we'll be here tomorrow and tomorrow night. Oh. Isn't she, Bobby? You had to see her in person. Looking lovely as ever. Had a little ice accident before you got it. So, anybody want to come up on a panel? I think I'm going to start doing more panels, let more people come on up. Get people to know people. Wouldn't that be fun? Get people to talk to one another. Huh? She said, come on down. The price is right. And what do you win, Johnny? Well, listen here, Bob. If you correct the right price, you will get yourself a new car. What kind of car is it, Johnny? It's a 2067 Ford Ranger pickup. One-seater, 1 liter, 1-cylinder, 5-speed, automatic. As soon as I said Ford Ranger, Grizz and Junkyard Gears perked right up. But it does have a Chevy 1-liter engine in it. You mean a body bag there, Grizz? It was cheap. Oh, yeah, I bet it was. Yeah. I gotta go get me a cup of Java. They do make them RV covers there that are big enough that you can lay them on the ground, and then you roll the vehicle over it. Then you grab one end of it and you bring it on over, and you put the two ends together and you zip it. Think about that, Bobby. That way it protects that jewel you got in the backyard. Protects it from the environment. It's got canvas stitching and stuff in it, and it's leather on the seams. It's a quality piece of baggage, if that's what you want to call it. That way the rust and the jagged edges won't cut it when you tarp something. Probably saying that. Damn you, Keith. Talk about my chubby that way. I'm talking about your stupid Debbie. Air conditioner condenser minus front bumper and grill 2 had to replace. Hey everyone, good morning, Big Steve. Nice to have you here. Good to see ya. How are you doing this morning, Steve? Med's working okay? Last time we talked, you had to go to the potty so bad that you thought you were going to fall in and die. See, you made it. You getting to 64? Huh. Did it run after that, Grizz? You know we're just playing with you, Bobby. There's good and bad in every automaker. There's good Fords, there's bad Fords. There's good Chevys, there's bad Chevys. There's good GM, there's bad GM. There's good Plymouths, there's bad Plymouths. There's good Chryslers, there's bad Chryslers. There's bad Toyotas, there's bad Hondas, there's bad Mercedes, Audis, you know, Lexus. Written in blood, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. I looked all over Heine last night to find that twerking live stream you guys were going to do, but I didn't find it yet. Ran like a top after that. Oh, I bet it did. Jenny, good morning. Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. There's good persons and there's bad. Just trapped in a bad person's body. My wife says you can't take me. She can't take me nowhere. Right, it's the same difference. You're right. I know. I know. Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you have that because I'll come in. I'll come watch it. So, might have to get bleach and put it in my eyes to unsee the stuff, but I'll come watch it. So, I remember seeing those. Sounds like a bumper drop of moonshine still in it. Bunk, bunk. Yeah, bleach acid works better. That's right. Ian, good morning. Nice to have you here. Oh, I was at Ian's yesterday for a little bit. He was having him he had himself a barrel and he had himself a bottle. So, so. And he had Hugh Dizzy and Hazy Days was on his panel. There was somebody else, I think, but I can't remember who that one was. What's that? Yeah, I watched it.
I said you offered. Nobody wants to be on your panel.
Oh, yeah, I offered. Nobody wants to come on the panel today for some reason. I have no idea. Now you have a bad head. Well, Ian, look on YouTube for the Irish Rovers. Okay, the music group Irish Rovers, and the song "Wasn't That a Party?" Walmart doesn't have a $50 size 24 battery that racks. They don't carry a 24, huh? They do have a $120 one? Well, I guess. You got to come up with 70 more bucks, huh? Plus tax. Just another way to bend you over, junkyard. It's buffering for you? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, a barrel of old speckled hen. Never seen it until last night. Never even heard of it. Remember, you used to get them great big old cans of um, Brahma-Meister, I believe that's what it was, or something like that, from Germany. This was years ago, and it was like a 48-ounce can. And you pulled the top. And I know a lot of people used to drink it right out of the can, you know. Good morning, Sandra. Nice to have you here. I like that moonshine chicken you done. That's pretty nice. I bet that would be good with pork chops too. You tripped and fell out of chat? Huh. Are you okay? Did you get a boo-boo? Yeah, I remember the party, the Olympia party of balls. Yeah, the plastic kegs came with their own tap. In fact, we took two of them. There was four of us. We took two of those to Toledo Speedway Jam one time. I bet I would. We took two of those. They had them in the boxes, and we took a great big cooler of ice. Opened up the cooler, set the kegs in there with the ice, and they set right on top of the ice, you know. And it was probably 85 degrees out. After a while, you know, it started to sink in there and it was getting covered by ice cold water. It took us, I don't know, 10, 12 hours to drink both of them, but we got them gone. And I was just a youngster then. I was only 17. I don't even know if you can still buy the Olympia balls or not, can you? Coast Life, cool 62 degrees and cloudy. Good morning. New video. You're hanging with Consuelo. So, does anybody want to come up on a panel? Come on up here and talk to Teddy Bear. Good morning, Coast Life. I just announced that your video went up, so nice to have you here. Good to see you. Isn't that a funny song? Did you watch it with the video? Me, oh my, wasn't that a party? It was all in fun.
All right.
I can't sing no more. She said it's all right. That's right. I'm glad you're here there, Coast Life. I really am. Nice to have you. Hopefully you're working now. The rain has stopped so you can start making some money. I wouldn't even find my that's funny. Yeah, that made me suck her up to your belly button. Yeah. Well, you know, I thought of it this way. If you're in a plane and it's going to crash, and you can, why don't you just jump out? People say, why would you jump out? It'll kill you. Well, your chances of surviving a plane crash is going to be even, you know, you're probably not going to make it through the plane crash to begin with. And then, and for another thing is, most people that die in plane crashes die from a fiery death. So would you rather just hit the ground and go pump, or would you rather be barbecued for, 15, 20, 30 seconds before you finally pass out and die? No.
Okay.
You think you'll take what? Neither. Pay me now or pay me later. Yeah, quick death over slow death. Yeah. Might as well just bail out. You never can tell. You might be lucky and hit a pond or something, or a haystack without a pitchfork in it. It'd be my luck. I'd hit the only pitchfork, the haystack with a needle in it. Good morning, Caroline. Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. That's right. They had me in the back of one time. The back door opened up and then everybody ran out like it was on fire. I didn't. Hey, nope. Sorry. In a plane crash, you can't even watch your bag bust open or clench your fist, so the searchers can't steal your rings. That's right. Yeah. I don't know. Did you guys see what they want to put on airplanes? Um, it's like a sunroof, but if an airplane gets in trouble, uh, and the airplane detects this all by in case the captain is out of it or whatever, it detects it, from a free fall or something. When it goes nose diving, it automatically ejects the sunroofs, so to say. Well, actually, what is a steel roof? But it ejects that, and when it ejects that, there's two giant parachutes that are mounted in the plane, and will help the plane land softly. They've they've worked on that for a couple of years, and they've got it to where they've done it for some Cessnas and some Learjets, and they're trying to do it for the bigger planes. And B-Mile could hit a pothole. That's right. Huh. 4 hours longer. Did you tell them just a lander and you guys would roll from there on in? There's that damn pothole again. Jeff, good morning. There's all you just not be able to come down. Yeah. Now, if you do land an airplane in the water, it will float for several hours before that. If you don't cause enough damage to breach it, it will float for several hours before it starts to water seeps in enough to start to take it down. Would be my luck. I'd be over around South Africa islands or whatever, out there on the coast of South Africa where all the great white sharks are. So it wouldn't make a difference once you hopped out on the wings, they'd have you for lunch. They jump up in the air and pick you up like they do penguins and seals. "1974. I bet that was a trip, wasn't it?" What were the parachutes? Actually, they put these parachutes and drop out army tanks and stuff out of cargo planes and stuff like that, and they work. You just got to get a big enough parachute. About 1 mile straight down. There you go. Yeah. How long before we make land? Well, it depends on how long it takes to sink this boat clear to the bottom. So, I love flying, but the best place to sit, and this is the truth, the best place to sit is if you're in a plane and you're afraid to fly. Okay. The best place to sit is all the way to the back on the passenger side, which would be the right side of the plane, all the way to back, as far back as you can get it. Because that's where the black box is in all the planes, is all the way back to the far back on the right-hand side, and that's where they structurally reinforce the plane to make sure that that black box can survive a crash. I don't know why they don't structurally secure the plane so the whole plane survives a crash, but they make sure that around that black box it is structurally sound to survive a crash. So that's where your best place to sit is. Now, on the other hand, if a pilot takes off too steep, you're going to hear that tail scrape the ground, and I've heard the tail scrape the ground lots of times. And it is something, because you hear he'd be hugging them. Yeah. I like watching the Blue Angels. That's right. Oh yeah, it'll go up a couple 100 feet, and as soon as that tank leaves a plane, that plane will jump up a couple 100 feet that quick, because it just lost 90 ton or 80 ton. So, depends on how big the tank is. Oh yeah, they do. They use parachutes and drop tanks. Yes. How you doing, Benkin? Nice to have you here. They do tanks, armored personnel carriers, Humvees. They do all that stuff. We're talking Army tanks. Army tanks. Are you talking, I don't know. Yeah, Army tanks, they'll drop out of airplanes. Yeah, they were dropping water on the house. Yeah. Don't drop a tank on your house. Minnows in the yard. Hey, what was it? About 15, 20 years ago, there was a fire in California. And, them planes, they swoop down and grab the water, and then they take off, and then they come drop it. Well, when the fire was all said and done, they were out checking it out, and they found a scuba diver in the tree. Evidently, he was coming up as the plane was coming through and scooped him right out of the water and dropped him off in the, in the forest. No, Army tanks. Yeah. So it killed the guy. So, and you can imagine it happening. They go skipping across the lake and picking up water. There's going to be fish. You're going to find fish out there. You're going to find all sorts of sea creatures, you know. Even birds that are on the lake as they come by, you know, if a bird's sitting on the lake and they come by, you know, and that bird doesn't get up out of the water fast enough, he's going to be in that holding tank. And they're going to drop him on a fire. So, well, see, that's what I thought too. Um, but there's like 4 or 5 different other places that say it is true, and then there's a few places that say it is false. Um, you know, so I don't know, but I would have to go that it probably could happen, and it probably was true because I don't believe anything Snopes says anymore. You know, Snope used to say, you know, we used to be the leader in truth facts finding and stuff like that, and they've been found out to be more liars than the facts they're checking. If it's on the internet, it has to be true. Yeah. Um, what was it? The Army's got that. They have the C-130 that they put jet packs on. You know, jet engines that actually, I believe they actually parachute off, or the tanks parachute off, something like that after they take off. And this C-130 can get off the ground in like 1,000 feet. Pretty cool. But you go from like 0 to like 900 in just a few seconds. You know, I don't know how fast, but you are actually cruising by the time you get to take off. So, they were using Chinooks. Um, there's also a video out there of a B-2 bomber that they put jets on too, and um, well, extra jets or whatever you want to call it. And this thing tremendously fast getting off the runway in a short distance. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think this one jet right here. Um, maybe that's it. B-52 takes off very close quarters. I know there's one out there. This thing, it takes off, and when it takes off, it's like a rocket. It's just gone. I might have to go search back further and further, but I don't know. Let's go C-130. Right here. That Albert. C-130. I believe this is it. I'm going to make sure first. Yep. Here it is. The C-130 jet powered takeoff. You get a what hard when I hear those jets? Yeah. C-130 is a military transport plane. Yeah, it's a cargo plane. They do carry some people, not very many, but it's mainly a cargo plane. Send you a link. All right, junkyard. Oh. Huh? Yeah, I know. Kathy wanted to know what the hell happened, junkyard. You had to put your makeup on or something? It took you long enough. She's asking for a friend. That's what she said. There it is, junkyard. I sent it to you. You walked through them in the air show? Okay. I don't know how big a C1. I don't know actually how big it is. I don't think you can put 6 football fields in it, but that'd be 1,800 feet. Um, I was down to that Dayton museum down there. And that when I was a kid, I always liked that. I'd actually like to take the lovely bride down to see the Ark. I think that would be cool. Well, well let's ask Google. It's 98 feet long and 100. The wingspan is 132 feet. So it's well, it's about 33 yards long.
You hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
I was out in the back here. Oh, it's 2 or 3 years ago down there in town. I kept hearing this roar and it got louder and got louder. And I, what the hell? I turned around and there was a C-130. I could have pitched a rock up and hit it. I thought it was crashing. I could see both pilots. I could see their head, you know, their helmets and everything. I could see their eyeballs. I guess they come out of Fort Polk. Anyway, they come over me and I thought they was crashing. Anyway, he banked that thing. And them things were huge.
Oh yeah, they are big.
They're big. He started rolling it over to on the left side, and he made him a big sweeping bank. Went back around, headed back southeast down through there. But I thought he was crashing.
Well, you know, Timya's boyfriend doesn't like me. I'm heartbroken.
I got that airplane in 1974. It was in Los Angeles, and I was coming back to Dallas. And we took out from LA International. You take out over the ocean because of the sound. Try to keep the sound down. So anyway, we was taking off, and I kept smelling something. Smelled like a paper bag burning, just like you lit a paper bag. Kept smelling that. And we took off, and we got turned, and we got leveled off. We was flying about 32,000 feet. And all of a sudden, that plane just shut off. And the stewardess come running through there with a fire extinguisher, and they jerked open them curtains in the back. There was fire back there. And that's when your asshole grows up there.
Yeah.
And that plane just shut off, and all of a sudden, we just started falling, free falling. Your stomach come up in your mouth. I thought, well, hell, this is it. And we just fell back around. I bet we fell 10,000 feet right quick. And all of a sudden, I heard them jet engines come back on, and we started climbing just as fast as we could climb. And when we fell, you know, your ears started popping. Then we started climbing, and then your ears started popping again.
Right.
I didn't think we'd ever gonna quit climbing, and all of a sudden he shut those motors off again. And we leveled off, and he come on there, and he said, well, I guess everybody's saying we had a little excitement. And he said we had a fire in our pressurization system. And he said, we're going to go back into LA International and check it out. And we was flying at 42,000 feet. He said, we're going to get a little altitude in case we need to coast.
Right.
And you couldn't hear it. He shut them jet engines down, and you could we just flying seemed like just above stall speed, because you could feel that old plane just, you could tell it was just pretty unstable. And I thought the damn motors had quit. And because it just kept, you know, you could just tell it was wobbling and falling. Anyway, we come back into LA International, and we come straight in on one. We didn't circle or nothing. We just come in on a runway, and we was about, seemed like 200 or 300 feet off the ground. We still didn't have no engines running. And just before he set it down, them engines come on. He cracked them back, and we landed under power. And they jerked us off that airplane right quick. Sat there at LA International there I left at 11 o'clock, and it was about 6 o'clock in the evening. They said, all right, we can board back up. They told us we'd get our money back if we wanted our money back. We got back on the same plane. I started to get me a bus ticket. They said they had a pressurization system and they had a backup. They had 2 backups. So they had to fly with a backup system. So one system was bad. And they was going to fly with a backup system. Then they had a backup for the backup. So they said they could still fly.
Right.
So anyway, we got back on it.
The 2 old parts you're talking about, Big Steve, we're talking about military planes, flights. So, Frozen in Fury. How are you doing? Nice to have you here.
When I was flying back that evening, we took out. It was just before dark, and we got leveled off. About the California Nevada line there. And you could look back to the west and you could see sunshine. You could look back to the east and you could see pure darkness. And where we was at, it was kind of twilight. I mean, it was kind of weird because you could look one way and see dark, it was dark, and you could look the other way to daylight.
You're outrunning the sun.
Yeah. He cracked the throttles back on that thing. We flew back at 550 mile an hour, 575. We started going into Dallas. We started, gradually. It's drizzling rain in Dallas. It always is when I fly in. And everybody was looking at one another because that plane, you could tell it's going down. And that was back when I had Love Field instead of DFW. Love Field was there. You had to go out and get on the plane out on the tarmac, and get off out there. And we come in and drop through them clouds, and we was almost on the runway when we seen them roll lights down through there. I thought, well, this guy knows where he's going. Missed my connection. I was supposed to have a bus going to Durant. Missed that. Got me a cab. Went downtown Dallas to the Greyhound bus terminal. That's a place to be. Had a bunch of an old rundown building. Had a bunch of like church pews in there with like 20-watt light bulbs hanging from the ceiling. I finally got to Durant. I don't know, what was it, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. There's a little cafe there on the corner. This is in October. It's kind of cool, chilly. And Highway 70 going east, there wasn't hardly any traffic on it. And I told that waitress, I said, well, I'm going to take my suitcase and go over on that corner and see if I can hitch me a ride. There wasn't hardly any traffic going that way. Right. I told them across the road there, and I sat down on them. Hadn't no more got set down. Here come a car around the corner. And I jumped up, helped my thumb out. He whooped in there. Said, where you going? I said, Soper. He said, well, I'm going to Idabel, which is a little further over. He said, get in. So that's 42 miles. So we got almost to Soper. He said, where you live? I said, I'm out north here, about 3 or 4 miles out north town. He said, I'll just take you out there to your house. So I couldn't have caught a better ride.
There you go.
So I got to the house. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Took me right to my front door. That was back in good old days.
Right.
You sit out there today, you sit there all night long and not catch a ride.
Yeah, consider you've been kissed there, Big Steve. I was going to say something there. We talk about airplanes and airports and stuff like that. AOC, we all know who AOC is. She wants to get rid of airplanes and stuff. But the other day she was at LaGuardia Airport and she was complaining about a $7 croissant. Why was she in an airport if she doesn't want airplane travel? Figure that one out. I like the old F-15s, the F-16s.
We had a F-16 crash about 2 miles south of me back in the 90s. All that was left sticking out of the ground, the tail. It went straight down. He ran out of gas. It was a national guard, flew out of Tulsa. I guess they forgot to fill the tank. Anyway, he parachuted out over here about a mile away from me, and he hit the ground. The jet hit right north of town out there. Just went straight down. They closed the road off for about a week. Had MPs out there. They come out and got it out of the ground and brought a bunch of dirt, and you can't even tell where it hit now.
I always thought the F-16 was the meanest looking thing out there. You know, that thing just looked badass.
I had another one crash back in the '60s, about 4 or 5 miles northeast of me. That guy, they said the canopy come off of it, and he ejected. He was too low anyway. He just made a hole in the ground where he hit. My daddy-in-law had that place leased, and the Army Corps of Engineers come out, and they dug a pool there. They hauled all the stuff off, and they said we can fill that hole up, or they told him, well, we can push it out and make you a pool. So they brought some dozers down and pushed out a pool there. It's still there, yeah.
Huh.
They said where that guy hit, so he just made an impression in the ground about 2 foot deep.
Huh.
He never did get out of his ejection seat.
Killed him?
Oh yeah, killed him deader than hammer. This guy that back in the '90s, now he parachuted out over here about a mile from me, and he walked up there to Robert Hardis's and used telephone. I got a picture. I was probably 8 or 10 years old, and this 80 right south of me, it's just a big hay meadow. Ain't no trees hardly at all. And I seen a little old Cessna come down, and I thought, well, that thing went down up there. So I got on my bicycle and I grabbed that little Browning camera and towed it off up there. And there was that little old plane. That guy come walking toward me. He said, y'all got a telephone? He said, I'm out of gas. So I said, yeah, we had just got a telephone. So he come back down to the house and called the Hugo Airport, and they brought him some gasoline out in some cans. But I got a picture of that plane somewhere. I seen it here not long ago. He just landed on that hay meadow, and they poured that gas in that little old thing. He fired it up and took off.
60s, and he's indisposed right now for about the next minute and a half, and then he should be back. Grizz had to give him a little love kiss.
Now, we had a big fire across here in '98 over by the highway. Electric line over there, they had a little jumper, and it was sparking, and it set the grass on fire. It hadn't rained all summer. It had one of the driest summers we've ever had. It rained probably in the middle of May, and it never did rain again until September the 11th. And that was on September the 11th when this happened. I was coming home from work, and I could see all this smoke back in here, and it was burning across here. It burnt 2 or 3 of my barns up, and burnt the door off the cellar, which it was right outside the house. And anyway, the forestry service, they had put a dozer in over here and was coming across the back side of my place with a dozer, which was going through the fences, creating a fire lane. And then they had a fire up at the Toka. They was fighting it with helicopters, and they just brought them helicopters on over here, and they started dumping water on the house. And when they dumped that water on the house, it was so hot, steam.
Oh yeah.
And they could only use 2 helicopters because one of them was in the way. So one just got out of the way, and 2 of them, one of them would go get water and come dump while the other one was getting water.
Tim says there's explosions going off here right now. What's exploding, Tim?
we got that Army ammunition plant off up here at McAllister, which is about hour and a half away, and they'll detonate them old bombs up there, and you can hear them. In
That's
fact,
what you're doing.
sometimes you can feel the ground just kind of barely shake. Now, if you're in McAllister, I've been in McAllister when they're doing that. They'll shake the windows and rattle stuff.
Friend of mine, his son was in Frankfurt, Germany when that plane, when that jet crashed at that air show in Frankfurt. What, about 25 years ago, I guess it was, or something like that. Killed a few people. He wasn't very far from it when it landed.
That's what they're doing up there where Tim's at. They're blowing up that old ordnance.
Yep.
They'll do that. They'll go on for hours at a time like that.
Right. Looking lovely as ever you are, honey.
You talking to?
You.
I thought you started in the paper, right?
No.
We used to go up to that ammunition plant. They'd have you had to see, how did they do that? Seemed like they draw numbers, and if they draw your number out, they had all them old crates and stuff. They'd pile all that lumber up out there. And I forgot what it cost you. It wasn't much, like $2 a load. Anyway, you get your number drawn, and of course you had to have proper ID and everything, and they escorted you in.
Right.
And you could load on a pickup and utility trailer. They let you take a 16-foot utility trailer, and all you could load on it for like $2. So
That's pretty good.
some of it was just scrap junk, but some of it was good lumber.
Right. Yeah, you get 15 or 20 pickup loads, you can build yourself a halfway decent house.
Yeah, most of it wasn't that good, but you get a lot of you get little pieces of plywood. They'd be 3 by 3. Sometimes you find a half a sheet. Little, you never would find an 8-foot 2 before, but they'd be 4-foot pieces, stuff like that. But I mean, it'd be brand new good stuff. Then you had a lot of kindling.
Right.
They had them ammo, them bunkers out there. They're everywhere out there. I mean, they're, I don't know, 100, 150 yards apart, but they're everywhere out there. They've got like 5,000 or 10,000 acres in there. There was 2 or 3 people that used right around here. It used to work up there. I know when the war was going on, they'd working 6, 7 days a week. Takes about an hour and 15 minutes to drive it. Go up Turnpike.
Where was your mom from, Caroline? Why are you back on your phone, Bobby? You out in the yard? Caroline said her mom wouldn't go to the air show because she got scared. WW2 saw bombers bomb the cities near her.
The college I graduated from, we were Southeastern Oklahoma State University. They got an aviation there. They got a big aviation department over there. And down there at Eckerd Field, south of town, there's a little airport, and them students go down there, and that's where they practice. I used to go out there sometime if I had an hour off and didn't have a class, or had an hour break or something.
Right.
I'd drive out there and watch them. And You talk about damn near wrecks. Them guys that come in there and hit on one wheel, and they pour the coal, do it, and back up they go. I thought, well, them student, that teacher, he must have some pretty good sized nuts.
Caroline said her mom was born in Hungary and had to leave when Russia invaded. She was transported to Germany.
Good thing she get out of there.
Yeah, when did Germany get invaded? I thought it was Germany that invaded.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I may be wrong.
Of course, Russia come back across there, later.
You were born in okay. Tim. Tim was born in Hungary too. Oh, Hungary. Yeah. It still looks like you're still bringing that up there, Tim. That you're still hungry.
It's like them Russian Terrier dogs. They rush in and grab a biscuit and tear out.
That's right. Oh, it's towards the end of the war. Okay.
Yeah, Germany almost took Russia, and they stalled out during that winter, and then Russia started kicking their butt and taking names, and marched back across there.
Right.
Okay.
I got up at 4:05 this morning, man. My ears were ringing so bad I couldn't sleep any longer. This is just pounding in my ears. I got April 22nd or something like that, or 29th. I go to the doctor for my tendonitis finally.
What?
For my tendonitis, the ringing in my ears. That's what it's called. Just like it's a constant humming. I'm serious. It sounds like buzzing all day long. Last night it was buzzing so loud it sounded like snoring. Huh? Yeah. As long as I ain't a sooner dog, sooner crap in the house than in the yard. That's right. There's a sooner dog across the street.
We got a bunch of them sooner dogs.
Yeah. Now I have tendonitis, whatever it's called. I gotta go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor and have him check me out. That's right. Kim.
Yeah, I woke up about 3:30 or 4 o'clock this morning.
All right.
Woke up in my recliner. Went and turned the coffee off.
Did you watch Live PD?
Yeah, that infomercial was on. In fact, I tell you what it was. It's 3:15 because I guess the infomercial woke me up. I guess.
All right.
The Live PD, it just went off.
Did you watch Live PD? Yeah. Did you watch Live PD? Did you watch Live PD? Yeah. All right. 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 All right.
I got the OHP on there now, Oklahoma Highway Patrol.
You got what?
So they got the Oklahoma Highway Patrol on there now.
Yeah, I see that.
Got two of them that live about, let's say it'd be, go back over here to Blacktop, go north 3 miles, then go back east a mile. And one lives half-mile south, and if you go on east, one lives about a half-mile. They live about 3/4 mile apart. That one, he's married to a buddy of mine's daughter there. He's pretty cool. He's the one to come over there on the 4-wheeler drinking the beer.
Oh, yeah?
I said, you know that's kind of against the law, ain't it? He's
Drinking and driving?
Yeah, he's on his 4-wheeler and he's drinking a beer. We had a big fire out there and he rolled in there. You know, we was sitting around drinking beer, big campfire. He rolled in there. I said, you know that's against the law, ain't it?
Huh? Yeah. Did he say, don't worry, it's only against the law if you get caught?
Yeah, he just grinned.
Kathy said, had a big par. She just made fun of your accent. Had a big par.
Bar.
Yeah, if YouTube holds it, you can't show it. I did show that one, but you know, but if YouTube says, you know, it goes against certain guidelines or whatever, I try not to show it. I gotta give me another cup of coffee there, Junkyard, and go to the little boy's room. I'll be right back.
It's almost like car keys, ain't it?
Yeah, it's almost like khakis. That's right.
Car keys.
Yeah. But, you know, Brenda's too busy playing with Consuelo right now to play with us. So.
Well, it's her last day. She won't get to see her no more. Hey, Grizz, my peppers are coming up finally. I brought them in the house and put them in the back room. I guess it was too cool out there. You better get off of it, Bobby. It'll take mine another 2 weeks to get that tall, I guess. We're usually not real safe to plant till about April 15th. We had a cold spell overnight that got down to about 33, 34. I get them set out by the 27th or end of this month, I'll be all right. I have set stuff out in May, and I'll set tomatoes out in May, and you still have tomatoes July the 4th. It don't matter if you set them out February or May, you still have tomatoes July the 4th. TV, Bobby. Yeah, I'm gonna plant these in those tubs. Those big totes, I got them full of dirt. Got holes drilled on the bottom. I had tomatoes and peppers in them last year. They done pretty good. I got water right there. You got to water them every day. As long as you water them every day, they do fine. Anything up above the ground like that, it'll dry out real fast.
Mama Brenda, welcome back. Are you done playing with Consuelo? That would be nice. Hothouse tomatoes in your greenhouse. I think actually I should do the mushrooms today, but I could do them tomorrow. It really doesn't matter. I might go out there and clean out the raised bed gardens, and I take my what is that thing? It's not the garden. I got a garden weasel, but it's the thing you put down and you do like this, a claw or whatever. Break up the soil. I've got some onion sets out there and everything else. I can plant, even though it's still cold and stuff. They'll grow because I planted them a few years ago and didn't pick all of them. Next spring I went out there and I had onions all over the place.
I got onions out, lettuce, mustard. I take that mustard and lettuce and throw a little bacon in it and get that real hot grease, chop up some onions and put it in there and get that real hot grease and wilt it.
Yeah.
And then sprinkle some vinegar over it, salt, pepper. That's pretty good eating.
I bet it is. How long does it take for garlic to grow?
I don't know. I got a lot of wild garlic. This place is, especially down at my other place, when you mow, you can just smell it.
Right. Now, is this your home right here, or is this is this the farm, the other farm?
I'm at the farm right now.
So you're not at your house.
Mm.
Okay. Well, that's why you'd only get 100, because she'd eat the rest of spring onions. I was wondering how you were losing 500 or 600 onions. No, they're losing 400 or 500, excuse me, onions.
Yeah, these onions I put out are those 10, 15s.
Yeah. Welcome back, Big Steve. But I got garlic. I got a sack of garlic cloves. I think I'm gonna go out there and plant those. I don't know when they are ready to harvest. I have to find that out. But
You can just bust those apart,
yeah,
and that little root.
yeah. You can get was there like 8 cloves to a bunch or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know how much room they need to grow, but I'll put about every 6 inches or something like that.
Yeah, well, they'll eventually just fill in.
Yeah. I am taking my asparagus out. I'm tired of dealing with that. I've given it 4 years and only gotten about 15 stalks of asparagus. I'm done.
The amount of asparagus I eat, I can just go buy.
Yeah. Well, I was saying I put like, I don't know. I must have had 500 asparagus seeds in this raised box garden, and I used to get asparagus would grow up, but it wouldn't, it wouldn't turn into it wouldn't mature. It would, it'd be real skinny. Hell, it'd be as thin as a piece of yarn. And it wouldn't get nothing. It wouldn't be big enough. It'd be all wood, no taste to it. It's not worth picking. So.
Yeah, my other house down there, I got a garden spot. It's about 30 by 30. Main thing, I plant tomatoes, peppers, squash, and that's usually about it.
Right.
I don't plant no corn or nothing. Takes up too damn much space. You can buy corn cheap. Ain't no use to raise it.
Right. I plant potatoes. People say, why you plant potatoes? They're so cheap. Well, it is, but I like planting them for some reason. I don't know.
It ain't bad to have a few potatoes.
Right.
Get some new potatoes. But yeah, you can buy them. It's much cheaper. And when you can buy a 10-pound sack for $2.50, ain't much use to raise them.
Right. But they don't taste as good as raised, though.
New potatoes, that's what's great. Them onions, when they start bulbing, I like a big onion, but I like them when they just start bulbing good. That's when they're great.
Right.
We used to plant about 5 to 10 acres of them out there, and we go over and rob them every day.
Knock the dirt off them and eat them raw.
Oh yeah. That one year we had some of them 10-15s, and they was 6 inches in diameter. They weigh a pound a piece. You talk about onion rings, boy, they was good.
Oh, I bet.
Get that beer batter. I kind of got tired of eating onion rings that year.
Huh. Hard to imagine you ever getting tired of eating anything.
When we built that farm office, it was 40 by 150, and our office was 30 by 40. And we put in kitchen cabinets in there. Well, when they wired it, I had the electrician out there to put a 240 volt 50 amp circuit in the back of that one cabinet, and we had a refrigerator. Well, they got some of them FEMA trailers back during the hurricane. After the hurricane,
right?
They got 3 of them, and they set them up for school buildings. Well, anyway, they had brand new stoves and refrigerators, so I got one of them brand new stoves, and we cut the end of the bottom cabinets off, and we put that stove in there. It's already wired. All we had to just plug it in.
That's good.
And we'd cook. We had squash and potatoes and all kinds of stuff. We'd cook something every day.
Might as well. I just about that deep fryer. I'm just going to check online, see what it is. I thought it was a good deal.
We had one of them pretty deep electric skillets. We'd cook in that a lot of times too. We could just fire it up and do it right quick. We kept us a gallon of vegetable oil, and we go to the mess hall and get a pound of salt and pepper.
Well, that's a pretty good deal. Trying to find it here. I don't know what it is. Every time you look up something, They don't want to show you what you're looking up. It wants to show you everything that's not related to it.
One thing you can't buy as good as you raise those them tomatoes.
I'm still looking for this damn thing. There it is. I found it. Doesn't say what the price is on it though.
What is it?
Euro Pro deep fryer with basket. It's got an hour timer on it and runs up to 375 degrees. I bought it for $4 at the yards at Goodwill the other day. They had a nice one a couple weeks ago for $10. Yeah, well, you know, it was like 8 o'clock at night. They were getting ready to close up here. I'll come back in the morning because I didn't have enough cash on me and I didn't want to use my card. Let's come back in the morning and get it. Well, I got there when they opened and it was gone. Somebody bought it right after I'd left, evidently. So I guess I should have just used the card and buy it because it was a nice one.
We got one of them Fridays we've had for years and years.
I've got a single basket one underneath the sink. I haven't used it in a few years. I've got it wrapped up in a bag and tied up and everything. Probably nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. But it just doesn't make enough at one time. You got in order if you're making something for the family, it just doesn't make enough. Yeah, you have to keep cooking and cooking and cooking. By the time you get everything done, either everybody's already ate, and by the time you get done to eat, or everything's cold before they get a chance to eat.
Yeah, they sell those at Walmart. That they got that single basket and that double basket. And what is it, Regal? I think.
Yeah,
they're pretty good little old fry. We have one of them out there too. At the single basket.
I've got an aluminum pan out there that's like, probably 2 feet across or maybe 18 inches across. It's about 8 inches deep, and it's for doing fish fries and stuff. You can put it right on your turkey fryers or whatever.
About the only time we ever use that deep fryer is to cook French fries or catfish.
Right.
Of course, just two of us, it don't take a whole lot.
Right. I don't think chat knows. You just chatted. I just think nobody was talking there, Grizz. They were too worried to talk after you threw Big Steve out for the second time. They're scared of you, Grizz. They're scared of you. Hey, glad you liked it, Steve. Here's another one. There you go. I got my diabetic socks on today there, Junkyard.
I got mine on too.
These are the ones I bought at the Goodwill. They go clear up your kneecaps.
See, I got mine on.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't lift my leg that high if I was to save my life. Steve loves your kiss. I know he likes your kisses. Oh. Excuse me. Dandelion greens and bacon. You're right there, Tim. It ain't so quite the time yet. We got another month or two before we get dandelions, but we'll be getting them. Got to get the grandkids over there to start picking them.
Yeah, Ford Ranger I got. Buddy of mine. It's a 2009 Ford Ranger. I've had it since 2015. He was going to prison. And he'd wrecked it out there on that steep hill in the ice or snow that day. And he was trying to get up to the top of it and run it off on the left side and smashed the mirror up and smashed the bumper up, screwed up the radiator and fan and stuff. And, anyway, when he was going to prison for 12 years, or well, 12 and a half, but it's 85% time, so he's going to do like 11 years. And he's 65 years old when he went.
What the hell did he do?
I am pedophile.
Huh.
I would never thought it of him, but he used to work with us out there. Still up in the 90s.
All right.
But anyway, I let him pull a travel trailer down there and stay on my place. He didn't have no place to go. And he told me it was April 3rd, August 3rd. He had to go to court August 4th. He said they're probably going to revoke my bond. He told me, he said, I'm just going to sign this pickup over to you. He said, I'm not going to have no need for it.
No, he probably won't make it out.
Nah, I doubt he'll get out. I doubt how many he'll die before he gets out.
Probably.
He's a damn good lawnmower mechanic. He had a little shop out there and everything. I used to stop there and on the way home from work, and we sit there and bullshit for an hour or so. I got a lot of lawnmowers and stuff like that off of him.
Did you see where Bill Cosby settled a bunch of cases with the 7 women that accused him? They settled out of court.
I seen where AIG paid him off, his
Yeah.
insurance company.
Yeah. They settled out of court, but one of the women's already dead. So, you know. She just died a couple of weeks ago, I guess.
So I guess her estate gets it.
Probably.
They didn't say how much.
No, they won't say.
I don't imagine AIG will let them say.
You see where Senator Kennedy down from Alabama is putting a bill forward that if any public money, taxpayer money, is paid out to pay any sexual harassment claims, that it should be public knowledge who got sued and who sued who, and what the charge was and how much they paid. Because you know there's a $15 million slush fund that the government uses to pay sexual harassment fines with for Congress. You know that, don't you?
I didn't know it.
Yeah. So, you know, sexual harassment in the Congress is a commonplace.
But it would make sense if they got one. It would make sense.
Yeah, but why should we have to pay for it?
To cover their ass.
Yeah.
He's from Louisiana, ain't he, Kennedy?
Yeah, Louisiana or Alabama or something like that. I know he talks with an accent.
The news station alert. That's right.
But he seems like might be one of the more sensible Kennedys. I don't know.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if he's related to John Kennedy, but his name is John Kennedy.
Yeah, I don't know if they're related. Must not be, because he got a little sense.
Well, yeah, he's a Republican, the other one's a Democrats, but you know, then again, you know, he wasn't like Ted on a barely a faded moonlit night on a sharp, dusty road with slippery bridge. You know, isn't that how he painted the picture of how he went off the bridge? Never said he was wrong.
Ted should have never made it out of the 70s.
Yeah. You should have been put in prison for that. Anybody that killed somebody. So, you know.
His name and his money got him out of that deal.
You're right. Waited till the next day before he called the police.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never even tried to save her.
What was that? Around 1970?
Something like that.
Late 60s or early 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty well a snake in the grass, I think.
He always was a snake in the grass. I never did like him.
John, I think, had a little sense.
Yeah, John Jr., but, you know.
I don't know about Bobby. I think Bobby was just a yes boy.
Bobby had a mouth on him. So, and if Jimmy Hoffa was here, he'd tell you if Bobby had a mouth on him.
Oh yeah.
I guess Jimmy Hoffa threatened to kill Bobby. So, but Sirhan beat him to it. So, is that guy still alive? I think he is, because he wasn't that old. He was only like 23 or 24 years old when he killed Bobby, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's really young.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still alive or not.
Well, I can check real quick.
He may have went the way of Manson. What nationality was he?
Let's see, Palestinian with Jordanian citizenship. Shot Robert Kennedy June 5th, 1968. He was born March 44. He's 75 years old. He's still alive. His death penalty was commuted in 1972 to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
So he just a dead man walking then.
What's that?
I say he's just a dead man walking.
Oh, yeah. Robert Kennedy Jr. doesn't believe Sirhan did it. I think that's kind of funny, because didn't they catch Sirhan right there with it? You know, they had a bunch of witnesses.
It was just like Jack Ruby. It was right there in front of him.
Yeah.
He was speaking at some hotel, wasn't he? He just walked up there and emptied the gun at him.
Yeah, shot him like 6 or 9 times, something like that.
Just like Jack Ruby when he shot Oswald.
Yep.
Right in front of God and everybody. I mean, they had video. I think they got video of Sirhan.
They probably do.
You know, they had real good video of Jack Ruby.
Oh yeah, they were doing a news conference when that happened. Live news conference.
Yeah, that's probably one of the first ones that went live.
Yep.
Or was done live.
Right. All right, there, Junkyard. It's 9:29. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. You go ahead and talk about your channel.
Jack of all trades.
And a master of none.
Master of none.
That's right. All right, everybody. It's 9:29. We're gonna get out of here. I want you to, be safe. Stay warm, stay dry, stay safe. Prayers and peace. You all have a great day. Take care. Oswald was being transported. Yeah, he was being transported, but they were doing. They were going to do a live interview, and they were showing the transportation when that happened. There should have never been no news people down there. There should have never been no spectators either. It should have just been all cops. But when you leave the garage door open and they let everybody in there, I guess it's a free game for everybody. So. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Y'all take care. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll be back. So 7:30, 7:15, 6:30. I don't know. Whenever I get the inkling to start one, I'll start it up. But y'all have a great day. God bless and take care. Thank you for being here, Junkyard. I appreciate it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.